In other news, now that the Eurovision Song Contest is behind us, could this spell another round of violence emanating from the Gaza Strip? Well, hopefully that will not be the case. However, high hopes aside, it appears that Hamas may be up to its old tricks again, as over the weekend, an incendiary device tied to a bunch of balloons landed on an IDF military base. Luckily, though, sappers were sent to deactivate the device and nobody was hurt. But in addition to some 700 rockets recently fired, balloons, kites, and yes, even condoms have been the go-to method of terror wielded by Hamas over the past year. And while such amateur methods may seem relatively harmless, they've managed to severely damage the ecological landscape of southern Israel, where farming is the lifeblood of many of these communities. For example, on Thursday alone, 3 brush fires were ignited by these improvised devices. Also, we shouldn't forget the almost weekly protests at the border, which have left dozens dead and hundreds wounded. One of which was scheduled for just last Friday, but was cancelled due to high temperatures, Ramadan, and wanting to maintain quiet ahead of Eurovision. And although the Israeli government denies Eurovision was a factor in securing a ceasefire with Hamas, an article in Haaretz claims that keeping the peace before the historic singing contest was a top priority. After all, the article noted that money transfers from Qatar took place, fuel was let into the Strip, the fishing zone was enlarged, and border crossings were reopened. This just a few days before rehearsals began in Tel Aviv. But so again, now that the international musical acts are packing up and the spotlight on Tel Aviv is diverted, we will see for exactly how long this quiet will be maintained.